On June 30th, 1956, a United Airlines commercial airliner headed for Chicago collided with a TWA passenger plane going to Kansas City, directly above the Grand Canyon. 128 passengers and crew were killed that day. It was the worst disaster in aviation history up to that time. This presentation is not about the collision. It's about the crash site itself and what the National Park Service is desperately trying to cover up. Hi everybody, this is Roger in Kansas City, and I have lived in this town for about 27 years, and I never heard of this accident, and most people I know haven't heard of it, and well, one of the planes was headed to Kansas City and the other to Chicago, and I have spoken to a very few older people who do remember this happening. So it really piqued my interest, and I really started looking into it. And one thing led to another, and well, let's just go from there. This story very much resonated with me for some reason, and probably because there's people from Kansas City involved. I live here and all that. But this is a report from the National Park Service about the accident, and they go into some detail, but the thing that really got my antennas to point up were all the redactions in this report. And I'll have a copy of this report in the on the title page. It's pretty lengthy, but like, what is there to hide? A plane crashed, or two planes crashed in the Grand Canyon. I mean, it wouldn't be a very long report if you ask me. But as you can see, there's something they don't want people to know about this accident. So I decided I would contact these folks, and I did. And I made a Freedom of Information Act request, and here was their reply. They certainly have pretty letterhead. As you can see by the date, this is almost a year old, but I have been working on this project here for a while. And all I asked for was a non-redacted copy of what you just saw. And they basically said, no, you can't have that. And this paragraph right here, it goes into some detail, but it's being withheld based on that it's an archaeological resource, and they cannot disclose the information pertaining to the location of the area. Well, everybody knows where the location of this is. That's not a problem. But they cannot discuss the nature of what is there. Okay. And just if you ever send in for one of these, it's a really weird form. They ask you, how much are you willing to pay for this information? It's not a flat fee. Just put in the amount you want to pay. Is it $10, $100, $1 million? Just tell us how much you want to pay. So I told them I'd pay $50 for it. Well, they did not charge me. So now you know why I really got a little suspicious. Then I really started looking. Let's go to the first enhancement. But real quick, before we go to the first enhancement, this is an actual photograph of the area where the planes crashed. This arrow here is the TWA crash site, and the United Airlines plane crashed into this cliff side right here. One more picture. This picture is on a website named lostflights.com. I'll have a link to it. There's a lot of good pictures of the event. This is the site where the TWA plane crashed. We're going to take a close look at this picture. Here's an enlarging portion of that picture. Down to the left corner, you see the circle where the TWA plane crashed, and here's the area behind it. I'm just going to see if you can see anything at the moment, but if you look at the large red rock embankment to the right, I think you'll see plainly there is something there. And I will point out, it looks like a large relief, looks like a giant statue of something here. We see a lot of, again, carving work all along here, more statue type work here. I'm going to readjust the picture, so hold on just 1 second. Okay, I'm focusing in a little bit more here, but let me go ahead and make this a little bit larger. Let's look at this guy here first. I think you can plainly see this, what else can I call it, an alien looking head, a profile. That's what it looks like to me anyway. And this is not pixelation, this is not anything but what I think is in the picture. We see this large statue. I'm guessing these things are huge. They could be easily in the 100, 200 foot plus range, and I could be way off because I haven't measured this. Again, we have all this carving work. Pull this down. You see this large relief work throughout here. We have these guys here. Let me go over here now. The further away we get, it gets a little bit more, I guess it's hard to tell what we're looking at, but you can absolutely see there's something back here. I think what we just saw to the right is plainly evident that is there. And we'll stop here. I'm working on the left side, but I decided to go ahead and just show this for now. This is an amazing place. If you've heard, I don't know, if you watch these Grand Canyon videos that are out there, there's a thing called Kincaid's Cave, where this early explorer found a cavern entrance to this inner world. And I think this could possibly be it. If we go down here, if we look here, this looks like this could be possible entrances all along here, as well as these doorway looking areas here. If you can see this kind of, it looks like fallen debris. I don't think it is. I think that's camouflage netting, and I have seen that in other pictures that they're trying to hide something, especially when they know you could easily see some of this stuff from the air. The things on the walls, they're not that easy to see from the air, but the things you're looking straight down on, yeah, you can see that stuff. Let me go over here. We'll go back to our guy here. Well, I think that's the best picture of it all, of them all, right there. If that doesn't prove something, I don't know what does. That's the best picture I have ever seen of evidence of another civilization, either current or former, in the Grand Canyon. But that is there. I'm kind of lost for words. Okay, so there it is. I'll let you chew on that for a while. Let me know what you think. This is Roger in Kansas City. I'll be working on more of this, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.